stage one. We've seen what the starting line would look like in our heads for months, and the actual start was every bit as improbable, stirring, celebratory, and badass as we imagined. Hundreds of onlookers waded through R2AK-related traffic jam to cheer the 53 teams across the starting line in inky darkness. There were spectator boats, wind on the beam at 20 knots, a guy on a paddleboard serving oatmeal, a bonfire, and loudspeakers booming the Red Army Choir singing the Soviet national anthem. The weather was ominous and beautiful. The crowd was dauntless. The boats were rock stars. The scene was epic, cinematic, and over almost as soon as it began. Calamity fell soon after the horn as teams bashed into the wall of wind and waves advancing around Point Wilson. Some teams took the bravest route, assessing the condition of the weather and their boat. They stared down their year-long desire to be in the race and exercised the better part of their valor, reconsidering the launch or returning to shore shortly after experiencing the first cycle of the washing machine that was occurring just down the beach. Over the day, there were teams that fared less well, affirming the phrase that the sea finds out what you did wrong. Masts came off, boats were swamped, boats were capsized, crews disintegrated under pressure, parting company when they hit the beach, exhausted their physical capabilities, or got themselves in harm's way that they couldn't get out of. In all, 13 teams exited the race before Victoria, some of our favorites, but other than bumps, bruises, and disappointment, all arrived intact of body and soul. The crowd chanted down the last 10 seconds, then, with the rapid ringing of the bell and ships' horns of celebrations and departure, the crews steamed pell-mell down the docks, and in a flurry of activity, the boats were underway in flat, calm air.
Nice time to get to a move like that for a couple of weeks.
Soggy Beaver's six-man canoe quickly outpaced the fleet. The rest resembled a kinetic punchline that needed no setup. Racing cats rowing out of the harbor, water bugs, 50-foot wide, being cheered on by masses from on shore. It was a glorious thing, equally as it was ridiculous, and the race was on. Time of the start, the wind is still light, and the Beaver Boys have gained a lead, at least a quick 5.9 knots, and have diverged from the fleet, allegedly learning German through an onboard speaker as they go. The rest are catching the wind, and some are sailing over 9 knots, most looking like they intend a route out and around Saturna. Tortoise versus hare? 6-5, pick 'em at this point, there's a long way to go. Team Elsie Pittock is off of Prince Rupert and making steady progress through the northern nights, sailing out of that unknown infinite and, barring catastrophe, will create the first conclusion of this experiment. It's an exciting time. The race to Alaska Ketchikan headquarters is setting our alarms for 4 a.m. and admittedly a bit nervous about what, given their track record of beating our predictions by a wide margin. All around Ketchikan, people will forget the urge to hit the snooze bar and trundle to their computers to make sure that they can do the same. And they're probably not alone. Team Elsie Pittock has amazed people all over the world, started countless conversations that either started or ended with, "Can you," choose your expletive, "believe them?" They are crushing, killing it, owning it, doing it. These words seem to precede a wide-eyed expression, a shaking of the head in disbelief, and then a returning to look at the tracker. The exact words and expletives may vary, and the accents and languages change with the nationality of the one offering it, but the sentiment was the same worldwide. How the crap are they doing that? Starting in a vast unknown, filled with expectations, the crew of Team Elsie Piddick has amazed everyone day after day.